You're standing in one of the spare bedrooms, the one that used to be your daughter's bedroom for over 18 years, and then it briefly became a home office, and now it's holding boxes you haven't opened in a decade and a treadmill you meant to use. Or maybe you're looking at that property tax bill and doing the math. All that house, all that maintenance, all that cost for rooms you actually never use. If that sounds familiar, you already know. The house that used to serve you beautifully for decades is asking more than it gives. I'm Katinka Gertz, and today I want to talk about downsizing in Santa Barbara. The emotional side, the financial reality, the fears that keep people stuck, and why this decision is so different here than anywhere else. Here's what I need to say first. This isn't just real estate. It's not just selling a home. It's also closing a chapter. This is where you brought babies home from the hospital, where you hosted decades of holiday dinners, where your kids learned to drive bikes in the driveway, and the kitchen table where homework happened. You're letting go of the physical space where your family's story lived, and that deserves to be honored, not rushed. So here's what I want you to know. Excitement and grief can coexist. You can feel relief about no more yard work and at the same time sadness about leaving a yard that you nurtured for 30 years. You can feel energized about the next chapter and at the same time nostalgic about this one. Those feelings aren't contradictory. They're human and they're all completely valid. But here's the beautiful thing about downsizing in Santa Barbara. You're not starting over. You're not necessarily leaving the community you already love. Your friends will be staying, the ocean will still be there, the mountains aren't moving, the farmers market will be the same. You're just right-sizing the physical container your life happens in. And that's a very different emotional equation than uprooting everything. Let's talk about the fears first. We work a lot with people that are thinking about downsizing, and we hear the same three concerns over and over again. Fear number one, what if I sell and I can't find the right next home? What if you're homeless? What if you have to settle? Here's the truth. In all my years doing this, I've never had a downsizing client not finding the right next home. Why? Because we don't wing it. We create a strategy. You can sell your home with a rent back agreement. You can move into a short-term rental. You can even in some cases make a contingent offer. The point is there are paths that eliminate those fears entirely. You just need the right roadmap. Fear number two, what if I regret it? Here's what I've learned. Regret is almost never about square footage. It's about poor planning. The people who regret downsizing, they rushed the decision. They chose the wrong location. They went from 3,500 square feet to 1,100 and eliminated everything. The people who loved their decision, they were thoughtful. They right-sized, they didn't minimize. They planned for how they actually live, not how they used to live. So before you start looking, ask yourself honestly, how often does family actually stay overnight? Be honest, not hopeful. Which rooms do you truly use weekly versus the ones that just sit empty? What would make your daily life genuinely better? And here's the truth, your kids don't want you maintaining a huge house just so they have a place to stay twice a year. They want you happy and enjoying your life. If family visits matter, there are Airbnbs, there are hotels, and you don't have to maintain 5,000 square feet of just in case. Fear number three, how do I let go of 30 years of stuff and memories? Every room has a story, I get it, but here's what I need you to hear. The memories live in you, not in the walls and not in the stuff. Your daughter's childhood isn't in her bedroom, it's in your heart. The meaning of your life isn't in those attic boxes. Start sorting now, not 2 weeks before your listing. Give yourself 6 to 12 months. Go room by room and keep only what you genuinely love and use. Give meaningful items to your family now while you can see them enjoyed. Don't wait. And hire help. Estate sale professionals exist exactly for this. They handle everything, pricing, selling, and howling away what doesn't sell. Every item you release now is something you no longer have to maintain, store, move, or think about. That's not loss, that's liberation. Okay, let's talk money because for most people, downsizing actually improves your financial position. Most of our clients save between $1,500 to $3,000, sometimes more, on property taxes, maintenance, utilities, landscaping, and insurance. That's $18,000 to $36,000 a year. Plus, you're releasing equity. Selling a $3 million home to buy a $1.5 million condo, that's $1.5 million that can fund retirement, help with family, or simply give you some breathing room. And here's something that many Santa Barbara homeowners don't know. If you're 55 and older, you may be able to transfer your old property tax base to your new home. Let's say you bought your home in 1988 for $450,000 and your taxes are still based on that. Your home is now worth $3 million. If you bought a $2 million condo, your taxes would reset to approximately $22,000 a year. But with Prop 19, your $6,000 tax base can possibly transfer. You just saved $16,000 a year. Over 20 years, that's $320,000 in savings. That's not a detail, that's life-changing. So if you've been putting off downsizing due to property tax concerns, talk to your CPA about your specific situation. Next question, where should you even be looking? Here's the breakdown based on what matters to you. Just a few of my top suggestions. If you're looking for a beach lifestyle without the maintenance, I always suggest checking out the condos, the gated communities along the beach like Bonnie Mead and Montecito, or El Escorial in the East Beach condos at East Beach. Shadow Hills might be another option. It's a 55+ community with built-in amenities like pool and tennis courts. If you want accessibility and village living, I always suggest checking out Montecito's Upper and Lower Village or downtown Santa Barbara. If you want true single-level living in an established neighborhood, my top suggestions would be the Mesa, Samarkand, and San Roque. The key is matching the neighborhood to your actual lifestyle. Not what sounds good in theory, but how you genuinely would like to live your life day to day. Another creative option more people are exploring is the pied-à-terre strategy. Sell the large Santa Barbara home and buy a small condo or casita as your retreat here. Then establish your primary home near your kids and grandkids wherever they are. You keep the Santa Barbara connection, but you're present for the everyday moments with family. Weekend visits, school plays, and Tuesday afternoon pickups, you get the best of both worlds. Let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes I see. Mistake number 1, waiting too long. The biggest regret I hear isn't "I downsized too soon." It's "I wish we'd done this 5 years earlier when we still had the energy to really enjoy it." Don't wait until the house is managing you. Make this choice while you still have the energy to enjoy your next chapter. Mistake number 2, downsizing too drastically. Going from 4,000 square feet to 1,000 and eliminating everything, that's a recipe for regret. Right size, don't minimize. You've earned comfort. And mistake number 3, choosing location only based on price. We can get so much more house somewhere else. Sure, but then you've lost proximity to your friends, to your community, and everything that makes you happy. Downsizing is about improving quality of life, not maximizing square footage per dollar. The house served its purpose beautifully, but chapters end. And that's not sad, that's how life works. You're not downsizing your life, you're right-sizing it. You're releasing what no longer serves you and creating space for what comes next. Maybe that's travel, maybe that's being near the grandchildren, maybe that's finally having time for hobbies you shelved during the busy years. Maybe it's just waking up without a to-do list of home maintenance that's weighing you down. This is an active choice, not a defeat. You're designing the next phase of your life deliberately, and that takes courage. If you're thinking about downsizing in Santa Barbara or following your heart to a city while keeping a piece of Santa Barbara, I'd love to help you think through it. Because downsizing isn't just about real estate, it's about thoughtfully transitioning from one chapter to the next. To read the full guide about downsizing in Santa Barbara, please go to my website, katinkagertz.com, and all my info will be linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.